Right now then, my friends, sorry if it's a bit noisy, but I'm right opposite an airport that looks like it's got private jets. Now that is the way to travel, my friends. Now, I'm in Las Vegas, and I was in my hotel last night speaking to a guy who lives here, and he says, is it your first time? I said, no, I've been quite a few times. I said, do you live here? And he said, yeah, I do. I said, what do you reckon? And he said, I think it's a melting pot of feces. And I said, oh right, well that's a different description to what I've heard it called before. A melting pot of feces. He said if you go off the strip or at the end of each strip, it's a melting pot of feces. So I said, well, do you know what? That's where I'm going to go tomorrow. And he said, just be very careful because otherwise you'll get mugged. He said the centre of the strip, fine, all glitzy and glamorous. But he said at the either end, it's not that great. And if you go off the beaten track, what we've got to do is walk the entire strip today, so it's nearly 45 degrees today, absolutely baking. I'm starting at the famous Las Vegas sign, welcome to Las Vegas sign. I'm not having my picture taken with it because there's a massive queue to have your picture taken with a sign, but I'll show it you. We're going to walk from here all the way down the strip to the Circus, which is supposed to be the worst hotel on the strip. More about that later. Right, if you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button and click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. I'm getting a lot of fumes there off the planes. Now, without further ado, my friends, God, I hope they go electric. Let's go.
Keep it rolling, right? Guys, make sure you're standing close to the camera.
Right, so there you go, that's the start of the strip. Now we're going to head to the Circus. There's no way I'd be standing in line to have my photograph with that, and I can superimpose myself over the top of it anyway, so come on, onwards my friends. Now I know a lot of you, or some of you, is going to ask me what I've actually got round my neck here. Now it's not just a portable neck fan, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, because they sent me this about a year ago or 6 months ago or something, and I said, oh yeah, send it to me, and I never got a chance to actually get it out of the box because in the UK it's obviously raining all the time. However, it does have a warming device on it for winter. It's a Coolify Cyber, and it's not a neck fan, it's actually an air conditioning unit that cools down the and it's not a commercial, I'm not sponsored by them. It's got like a little air conditioning unit at the back that cools the body core temperature down, and it's also got fans that blow out cool air as well, freezing cold air. And I've been using it for the last 2 or 3 hours now. It's on its the battery's draining now. I've got about 10% of battery left, unfortunately, so I have to pop it back in. But anyway, there you go, it's a Coolify Cyber if you're interested. I'll put the link in the description down below, but I am not sponsored, they don't pay me. They basically sent it to me ages ago and I've not got around to reviewing it, so there we go. And it's yeah, it's very good. It's kept me cool this morning. Anyway, we're going to walk down now towards the Mandalay Bay Hotel, and then obviously past the New Yorker on the left. There's also a lot of stuff on the right as well. No music on this video, just raw and uncut there's somewhere you can get married as well. But as you get further out of Vegas, and especially at the circus end, I have to say, it is a bit of a melting pot of feces. I love that word. I love it. I love that phrase. It's a bit harsh for somebody that lives in Vegas to call it that. Anyway, onwards, my friends. Right, I'm going to be honest here, brutally honest. And this is not just me saying this, but getting married in Vegas. Now, I know Martin over in, not Martin the Silver Fox, Martin, who I met with in Australia. I believe he got married or remarried in Vegas. It just doesn't do it for me. And I've mentioned this to Sarah as well. And there is no way that, I think if I said to her, let's get married in Vegas, well, I know what she'd say, and I can't say it on here, otherwise I'd get a strike. I mean, it's just, no. It's like getting married in Blackpool. Not that there's anything wrong with Blackpool either, but no, absolutely not. But there you go. Anyway, onwards, my friends. Right, okay, stop right there, because we've got Mason here and Sarah. Now, Sarah's my girlfriend's name, and Mason is my grandson's name. So, anyway, looking past that, I've got to ask you a question, okay?
Of course.
So, what do you think if somebody... are you married?
I am not married anymore. I've been married once.
Okay, if you met somebody else and they asked you to get married in Vegas, what would your answer be?
I would say, heck yes.
Really?
Yes, how fun is that? You know, you spend so much money and time planning such a big event for one day. Why not just have fun and do it one and done and just enjoy the rest of your life and put that money towards your future, building your life,
That's a good
paying
thing.
for your kids' vacations and education.
And education.
Yeah.
What about in an Elvis suit? Is that too much?
That maybe is, you know what, it's a little over the top for me, but I can see when you want to embrace that moment and the spirit of what this city is. It's a beautiful place and it's so much fun. It's a playground for adults, teens, tweens, kids,
I know.
married people.
I know what my girlfriend would say. My Sarah would say, but I can't repeat it on here actually. I don't think she'd go for that, but especially an Elvis costume as well.
Okay, Sarah, I think you should just go for it.
Yeah,
I think you should just go for it.
There you go.
He seems like a lovely man.
Hey, listen, do you know what? It's all a front for the camera. Where are you from?
From Vancouver in Canada.
Oh, cool. Awesome. There we go. Good job I didn't say which part of America you're from, because then I know what Canadians would say to me about that. So
That's right.
I can tell the difference though, so there we go. Well, have a wonderful holiday or vacation, and I will visit Canada soon.
You absolutely should. Look me up. We're going to go to the pinball museum now.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be really good, that.
Yeah.
So, excellent. Well, make sure you subscribe to the MacMaster, and I shall see you guys. Well, I probably won't see you again, but have a wonderful time.
Okay, we'll see you online. Thanks, MacMaster.
Thank you.
Okay.
Onwards, my friends.
Bye.
There you go. That's what I love about this job. You do get to tour around and you get to meet people, and that's the best part. So, Sarah, Mason, thanks for stopping and having a chat with me on camera. And leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I hope you had a wonderful time in Vegas. Right, okay, let's go explore. Or, as my mate Jeff Carter says, let's do a little bit of mooching around. There you go, the Diamond Inn. Now, I'm going to say, I love places like that. Deserted, right? It's going to be knocked down, but them cheesy motels, right? If the walls could tell stories in that motel, a drive-in motel, it always reminds me, I've said a million times, but I'll say it for the new viewers, it reminds me of them old detective movies where there's a woman in bed with a guy. They've both got cigarettes on, right? And they're in bed, and she's got then the private detective bursts the door down. She goes with shock, and then the private detective goes, "Where is he?" And she goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then he goes, "Well, there's 2 cigarettes burning in there. And where's the second guy? I know, you can't fool me." And then he goes through to the bathroom, and you see the net curtain wafting because he's gone through the toilet or bathroom window. And that is the kind of cheesy motel that it reminds me of from them movies way back. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, honestly, my mind works in mysterious ways. Let's go explore. Lee's Discount Liquor. Bigger selection, more savings. Now I tell you, right, Lee's Discount Liquor, obviously that's my real name, not the MacMaster. My mum didn't christen me the MacMaster, that would have been rather strange. But Lee's Discount Liquor, if I had a liquor store in the UK, right, my billboard would not have a woman on it like that. She would resemble probably, I'm going to say, Ina Sharples, or who else? Let's think. Can you think of anyone? Gemma Collins, that's it. Not there's anything wrong with Gemma Collins. It's just the GC, isn't it? That's it. Nothing wrong with Gemma Collins at all. Listen, don't want to offend anybody who likes, well, offend the 3 people that like Gemma Collins. Anyway, come on. Could be worse. Could have Sam Smith on it. Come on, onwards. Listen, if anyone's offended, then I am really, really not bothered. So there we go. Listen, I'm sick of it all, and I know everybody else is. 2024 and you can't say anything. Freedom of speech. By the way, I am not a fan of Gemma Collins. I'm sure she's very talented. Well, I'm not actually that sure, but you know what I mean. I just don't watch her because I don't particularly like her, but I don't know her. And she's probably a lovely lady. Right, anyway, enough about Gemma. Where's all that come from? We're on the strip. Come on. Maybe she's playing on the strip. Who knows? Now, for anybody who likes Chinese, right? Chinese food, but they don't like American Chinese food, because I've been there, it's not the same. Even once the novelty of them little boxes wear off, it's not good. It doesn't taste as good. However, Panda Express tastes exactly like the Chinese that you get in the UK. Now, I'm just having a look here. Laughing Jackalope Motel Bar and Grill. Vacancy. Would you want to stop here? Right, well, you might think that's closed down, but there are cars outside and people in it. Not sure if I want to stop there. A little bit of a melting pot of feces, isn't it? And this thing's run out of battery now, so I'm going to put that in my bag. Right, God, blimey, it is warm. I'm going to have to keep hydrated. Got some water in my pocket, and I'm going to stop along the way as well. Getting a bit faint, come on. Nice bit of trash there, look, on the sidewalk. Ah, that motel that you saw there wasn't that Jackaboo one or whatever. It's Motel Apartments here, and this is still open because there's a reception. Boy oh boy. Desert Oasis right opposite the Mandalay Bay, so you pay a fortune in the Mandalay Bay, right, and you've got this melting pot of feces right opposite it. I'm beginning to see what he means. Hey, it's got a swimming pool though. Outdoor swimming pool. Look at that. I'd love to bang on the door and go, "Open up! Detective Davy!" and see whether they've run out the back window. Tarot reading. It'll be the same as Blackpool, apart from, and I've said in the Blackpool ones, you've got pictures of killed up black and white pictures of Ken Dodd and Ted Rogers from 321 on there though, because it's America, and you can join in this one as well if you want. Right, I'm going to say they're going to have pictures of the guy off of Fantasy Island. Right, I can't remember his name, and also the other guy as well off Fantasy Island, the little guy. I don't know if you can say that, but I just have, because he was little, but he was a great actor. There we go. Oh, it's the plane! The plane! Gonna have pictures of them, and maybe the guy off of Heart to Heart and the woman off Heart to Heart. And also, I'm gonna throw in there one more. Come on, help me out here. I'm going to throw in one more. Come on. I'm going to say the guy off of Airwolf from years ago. And Ernest Borgnine as well, him. Anyway, throw a few more in the comment section who'd have the picture on there, who's had the palm read. Come on. Right, ouch, that's hot. Straighten you up a bit there. I am beginning to question myself now whether I'm going to make it. I mean, we've only just started, and I'm like, it's incredibly hot, absolutely baking. In fact, this feels hotter than when I was in Australia for some reason. Maybe because I wasn't walking in the middle of a desert. Oh, I'm going a bit faint actually. I need to just get some water. I'm not putting it on for the camera. It is mad. It's mental. If you're going to do this, by the way, don't do it in the midst of summer. God, I do feel a bit faint. Right, I'm going to drink this. I think then I'm going to find somewhere to sit down for 5 minutes with a cold Coke or something. No alcohol because it dehydrates you. Onwards. So that's the Luxor over the road there, right over from an absolutely gorgeous view if you look out the window, because you can see this beautiful view of a parking lot. It's not funny now. I need to go and there's over there is you see the MGM, and you'll also see the Tropicana, which is being knocked down. I'll show you the back of it there, look. One man, 100 voices, and 1,000 laughs. Terry Fator. I think it's Fator actually. Come on. I can't do this. I've got to go and put some more Factor 50 on my face at the hotel, and then stick with me because I'm gonna just have half an hour back in my hotel and then carry on. It's so hot, I'm feeling a bit faint, and I think it's probably a daft thing to do. So I'm just gonna go back, get some Factor 50 on and get hydrated. But don't go anywhere, because along the way to the hotel I'll still capture some more stuff, but I do need half an hour. This probably needs a warning on it. Do not try this at home. This is actually carried out by a trained idiot. Good grief. Come on. I need to cross over. Oh, come on. Oh dear. Listen, it's great to see the sights, but it's hot. Oh, typical whinging Brit, eh? But honestly, it's hot. Right. I so want a beer now, or a lager, a nice cold lager, but I'm not going to do that. I need to hydrate. We've got to get to the circus. We've got to. I am not going to fail. Right, there's no button to press to change it to the green man or whatever, or the white hand. So, do I make a run for it? And is it illegal here? I'm going for it. Middle. Let's get to the middle. Middle for diddle. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got to the middle. It's going to make it the whole way now. I am not going to make a run for it there. I don't want to get knocked over by a Tesla. Oh dear. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? Just the thing. The MacMaster gets knocked over by a Tesla. Well, it's all for the greater good. I never said a word. I think I'm going to make a run for it in a minute. Oh, hooray, it's changed. However, don't forget, in the US, my face is burning, you can turn right on red, so you still have to watch what's going off here, because this lane here can still turn right, even while walk is on. So there we go. It's our right of way, but they can turn just before you or just after or whatever. Sometimes they're very close to you as well. I don't think that's right. I think that's daft. Should be like in the UK where if a green man's on, the cars have to stay there. Just think it's safer. Maybe you think different. If you're in the States, let me know. Right, back to the hotel. Hydrate, get some suntan lotion on, and then onwards again. It is now just after midday, the hottest time of the day. So I think just going to have like 10, well, let's say half an hour. Now that's the Excalibur. I have heard mixed reviews of that. I believe my mate Steve Lowe slept in there, or went in there, stayed in there, and I don't think he was too complimentary. Also, we've got Dick's Last Resort, which is a little bit like that Australian bar that we had in the UK, I can't remember, Karen's, that's it, where you go in and they insult you basically. So that's Dick's Last Resort if you want insulting. Here we go. Very American, that. I love it. I love that sound. It obviously not for the person that it's going to, but it just reminds me of the TV years ago, doesn't it? When you watch Starsky and Hutch and stuff and things like that. That's them sirens. And we had the daft ones in the UK at the time. And they had them. It was great. And the traffic lights dangling. I love America. I'm just not so sure about Vegas. It's all right for what it is. But that guy, can't believe it. It's a melting pot of feces. It's a melting pot of feces, is how he said it. Something like that anyway. Oh, I'm taking the escalator. Dropping back into the Americanisms from when I did 12 years living here. Oh, I don't know whether I've mentioned that before. My word. Right, I shall see you probably in about an hour actually. What time is it? 1:21 in the afternoon. I just need to let the sun go down a bit and hydrate. I don't think I've ever felt so faint. See you shortly. Right, my friends, I'm back on it. A little bit later than I expected. It's now 4:30 in the afternoon, but a little bit cooler, just a little bit cooler. It was a bit intense earlier on. I feel a lot better. I've had had a bit of a sleep, and I've had some liquids as well. And now we're going to make it all the way to the circus, and to show you some sights along the way. So don't go anywhere. I'm feeling a lot better, thanks. And I've got water, and I've got my Gatorade as well. So come on, onwards, my friends. I'm going to say, if you are going to do this trip, then don't do it midday. That was just absolutely insane. This now, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still 38 degrees. It's just not quite as intense. By the way, for all the tech geeks out there, the whole of this video and the last one filmed on Final Cut camera. I've changed over a bit because I think the exposure on the other one that I use, Filmic Pro, was washing out the background. So I'm giving it a go, this one. Let's give it a go. Come on, onwards. Now, I have been to Denny's on the last visit. Wow, geez. I was, you don't want to see that, I'll get my video demonetized if you looked at what I've just looked at. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. I've been to Denny's for breakfast on one of my last videos, and it wasn't great, to be fair. I'm not a massive fan of Denny's, I have to say. But anyway, there we go. Lost my train of thought. So a bit of a building site there, opposite Planet Hollywood. A lot of building going on, but a lot of demolition as well. They're taking down a lot of the old places, building new places. The place is just changing. But I've just spoke to a lady who just come by. She said, is it changing for the better though? Well, you can be the judge of that one, because I don't live here. But if you do live here, then let me know what you think of it. I mean, that guy said a melting pot of feces. That's a bit extreme, that one, I'd say. Would it be wrong of me to say I'd give him $20 to shut up and go home? It is a bit like an adult's playground, really. But you have got to have lots of money to come here. But do you know, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure Americans will agree with me. Even Big Dave, who watches the channel, is a friend of mine over in Hoboken. Things in the States have just got astronomically expensive. So much so it makes England seem really cheap. You go to a McDonald's, and if you take a family of 4, you're looking over $50 easily or more. It's really hiked up the prices. When I first came here, oh blimey, when I came here to live anyway, about 15 years ago, no, it'd be more. Wow, it'd be more than that. Anyway, many moons ago, it was way cheaper. However, it was $2 to the pound back then, and since then the pound's just it's tanked, hasn't it, and the dollar's strengthened, so which is not good for us, but it's good for American travellers. Right, come on, onwards, enough waffling. Big Bus Las Vegas. I am going to say, right, and I've done the one in New York the other week for the first time ever, and everybody who's taken them have said it's the best way to see the city, whichever city you go to around the world. And I've done one in somewhere in Spain, I can't remember where it was. And I have to say, the hop-on, hop-off bus probably is one of the best ways to see the place, and without walking up and down the strip and giving yourself heat stroke. It's yeah, I might have to do that before I leave. P.F. Chang's $5 happy hour. Here we go. So we've got the Bellagio over the road here, with the famous fountains. Now, I've stayed at the Bellagio with my good friend the Silver Fox, and on his advice, by the way. So Martin, if you are watching, I'm going to say I didn't rate it very highly, to be honest. I thought it was very dated, and I actually preferred the New York. Call me if you want, but I just thought, nah, overrated. And everything inside was an absolute fortune. And the rooms weren't that great. I did a room review, so have a look back at that one, and you can see I did a room review. Not impressed at all, but the fountains are nice. Right, well, I'm going to keep talking here because there's music playing, and unfortunately it's ABBA, and I cannot abide ABBA. Unbelievable. I've got to get out of here. I can't take it. I don't know what it is with ABBA. What do people like about ABBA? Tell me in the comment section. I just don't get it. Right, unbelievable. I was only in Paris the other week. Crikey. It's a good likeness to it as well. I mean, the Eiffel Tower is probably more the size of the Blackpool Tower than the real Eiffel Tower, but there we go. Charming. So, Mr. Elvis there, Fat Elvis, old Elvis, whatever you want to call him, right, in the mobility scooter. Very lovely guy. Woman walked by and he said, let me give you a bottle of water and let me watch you swallow. I only have one thing to say to that Elvis. A little less conversation. See what I did there? Come on, you've got to give us a thumbs up for that. Hydration break. Ouch, that's hot. It would be, wouldn't it?
You walk past me.
Got to keep hydrated. Come on. Oh, come on. You're killing me here with steps. What's all this about? Jeez. So there's a lot of ups and overs in Vegas on the street. You've got to go over, up, elevator, up again, over a bridge, over the other side. So burns off a few calories though, unless of course you're on an escalator. I always say keep walking, but not in this heat. And Martin, if you're watching, which you probably aren't, because you always say, if I'm not in it, I'm not bothered, I just click it on to give you a view. If you're watching, I miss him. I miss you, bro. So there we go. Manly love, nothing wrong with that. So, shooting it to the light there. Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen. If you want to eat here, I have seen lots of videos on YouTube, and you have to book week, if not months, in advance, and you can't just turn up with shorts and trainers on. Apparently, you've got to be all dressed up. Let me know if you think any difference, and you have been here in shorts and trainers. That's what I've seen on YouTube, and if it's on YouTube, I mean, it's got to be right. It's got to be truthful, right? Right, so I'm going to say, I've took some video footage in there, but there was music playing, so I'll put it over here now. As you can see, there was pictures on the wall from the TV series, I'm going to guess, and also there was merchandise in there for him as well. There was a huge queue to get in. Some people did have shorts on, so I don't know the attire that you've got to wear to get in there, but I do know I went online, and to book, it takes a while. Let me know. Go online and see how long it takes you to get a seat in there or a table. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you around in there. Sneakily taking some video footage before somebody stopped me, obviously. So come on, onwards. I'm going to say, and I don't know because I haven't been. So if you've been, let me know. But I'm going to say there's better steaks around for the price. Because I've looked online and seen the price there, and boy oh boy, you need to remortgage your house for it. Now, there are other steak places that don't have his name. I'm pretty sure it's going to be as good, if not better, like the one inside, believe it or not, the Circus, which I think is called the Steakhouse. I've been many moons ago, and that is supposed to be the best steakhouse in Las Vegas. And I think I'm going to try and get a table there if I can, and go and review that one. What an awful colour for a Tesla. Surely if you've got a Tesla, you'd want to tone it down a bit. You wouldn't want people recognising you, seeing that you're driving a Tesla. However, saying that, I have to say, massive respect now for Elon Musk. Huge respect. So there we go. You know, he's just gone up in my estimation, and you'll know why. I tell you what, I'm just looking back at the footage. Now, I'm going geeky again because I'm using Final Cut camera here, but it is so much better. I used to have to, with Filmic Pro, keep turning it around the camera and adjusting the exposure because it had washed the background out. And this thing, it just goes to show you it's software, and the hardware obviously, but if you don't have the right software, it doesn't work. This is just a lot better. I mean, let's have a look at that. How's that doing? How's that holding out? And the lighting's not great here. It's a lot better. I'm loving it. And I feel good. I feel like I need a little drink and a little rest. So it's probably not the best time of year to walk the strip, but hey, could be worse. It could be raining and grey. I've just seen the news actually in the UK, and it says heat wave hits UK, danger warning on, you know, as the media does. And I looked and it was like, oh, 28 degrees. I'm like, what? That's not dangerous. It's 40 odd degrees here. They do talk out there bottom. Do me a favour, right? If you don't watch the BBC, just cancel your BBC licence and buy, it'll be the best purchase you've ever done, is YouTube Premium. And I'm not paid by YouTube to say that. It is the best purchase that I've ever done. Anyway, onwards. White Castle Burger now. They've been in a few movies. Name the movies that the White Castle burgers have been in. I have to say, I've been to White Castle. Tastes great when you're drunk, but in the morning, you're going to wish that you hadn't eaten them. Not for me. Way better sliders. Come on. Right, so we've got the Venetian over there, which is where they have the gondolas. So Martin, by the way, Martin Buttress in Australia. This one's for you, mate. So I'm going to try and get... Actually, is it on... No, it's not on walk. Damn! I missed it. People who keep honking like that, or pipping the horn, pipping the hooter, right? Punishment for them, as I've said before, good punishment. They need to be put in a room with Sam Smith in this heat, greased down with Lurpak butter, rubbing his naked body against the driver. Just top off naked, that's all. We don't need any more of that. Just, you know, with his chest hair and everything going in the guy's face. That's the punishment for pipping your horn and your hooter. Just stop it, you don't need to. Relax, chill. I'll tell you how hot it is, right? My camera is overheating. It's sort of like staggering. It's jumping. It's all right on the playback, but when I'm seeing it, it's not good. It doesn't like the heat. Right, here we are, the Venetian. Let's have a look at people in their gondolas. I've got one word for this. Cheese. Just one cornetto, give it to me. Delicious ice cream from Italy. It's ruined it for me. It's cornetto advert, isn't it? They're basically two people in there just having a cornetto. My mum actually sang that song on a video once. She says, give it to me and it's free, I think it was, or something.
Just one cornetto. It's all for me, and it's free.
But anyway, there we go. There's the gondolas. I have seen a little review on it from a local video of a YouTuber around here, and he says don't go on it, but if you do, pay the gondola people because they are working hard. But it goes through the actual centre of the Venetian, and it's not that romantic because people are literally taking photographs of you and looking at you. So if you don't mind that, then knock yourself out. But there we go. Anyway, come on. Onwards. Could do with a cornetto. I don't know whether it's my age or whether it is just hard. I'm seeing people walking around. I would say I've walked the length of the strip, but it's been in like a game of football, and it's been in two halves. Right, so the end is in sight, but it's still a fair way. Circus. Now for me, this is what, I think the guy's name was Jerry, where he said it was a melting pot of feces. I think he's talking about up this end, because I've been up here before and near the circus. I'd say you probably don't want to be down here at night on an evening. Anyway, or if you are, just keep your wits about you. Whew, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Voted top lawyer. What is it with America? Realtors, lawyers, they'll put the photograph on the billboards and it's with a cheesy grin. I mean, you're a lawyer, you're an injury lawyer, you're not a model. We don't care what you look like, we just basically want you to win the case. Stop it. Stop it. You know what, Brett? We need an injury lawyer. Okay, well, I've got one here. Yeah, but, you know, his teeth are not, they're a little off-white, so we're not going to go with him. But he's got a good reputation. Yeah, but this guy's got a nicer smile. So back there, you've seen Zoltar, where you make a wish. The thing off big, you know what I mean? Where you put a coin in and it tells you your future or whatever, or you make a wish. Well, they've got one back there. Here's a picture of it now. Elvis, you ask the king and he'll tell you your future. I mean, cheesy, eh? Anyway, here we go. I tell you, it's getting, you can see what I mean now, looking at the shops and stuff, getting a lot cheaper, a lot cheesier, and there's a lot of people hanging around the side of the on the sidewalks. So I'm going to yeah, there you go. Wolf whistling women over there. Oh, mate, up your standards. Now, that is the Peppermill. Now, I have actually done a review of that with Martin, the Silver Fox, and for breakfast, it's excellent, but again, very expensive. If you've not seen that one, take a look back. I'll try and put the, well, I will put the link if I remember. If I don't, then remind me. I'll put the link at the end of the Peppermill and you can have a look at that review and see what it's like in there. We had breakfast. That was about a year ago, I'd say. But I have been there many times, actually. I've been there on an evening as well with when I came over to Vegas. Crikey, years and years ago with Sarah's uncle, and he did a bit of research and it was good, to be fair, but it was a lot cheaper back then. So there we go. Right, onwards to the Circus. Now, I've said before, I've stayed in the Circus in 1980. For those of you that haven't seen that video, I said I came here in 1980, August the 16th, with my mum and dad, and they booked a room at the Motel 6. And my dad said, do you know what, I'm not having this, I'm going to push the boat out and I'm going to book us into the Circus. And back then in 1980, I think it was a better place back then. But don't forget the steakhouse is in there. And again, I've actually been in that steakhouse many moons ago with Sarah's uncle, and it was great, fantastic. But again, back then, way cheaper. America has just got so expensive. Americans, what has happened? Let me know in the comment section down below. Why has it got so expensive? It's really unaffordable in some places. It's crazy. Anyway, I was saying, so my dad got a room at the Circus, and the photograph is somewhere. It's on a slide, 35mm slide, and I think my sister's got them somewhere. And there's a picture of me. The bed was that big. I was only 10 at the time, and there was only one bed, but it was huge. You could have fit about 10 people in it. And there's me in the middle, and there was my mum and dad either side. And my dad loved that. Anyway, and I remember him going downstairs, and he says, oh, we're back in a bit, just going to do a bit of gambling, and he took some dollars down with him. He was back in 5 minutes, he'd lost the lot. And that was it. Done. There we go. Oh, it is warm. And back then as well, there was the Desert Inn, which I wanted to see back then, because the Desert Inn, I used to watch a TV program called Vegas, I think it was, with Dan Tanner. And he had he parked his car from memory in his house. It was a red car, and he'd pull it in the garage, and his living room would be on the right hand side. And that was Dan Tanner many moons ago. Can't remember who played him actually, but there you go. Good days, good times. Also in Circus, I came over years ago again with Sarah's uncle. I went in there and we sat at a revolving bar that was on Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, was it, with Johnny Depp? Is that bar still in there? I'm pretty sure somebody told me it wasn't anymore. Let me know in that comment section down below. Boy, it's cheesy around here. It's dated. This is the old bit. We've even got the travel lodge there. Wonder what that's like to stay. Maybe I should book a room. Review it. I'm getting out of here. Now you see I'm walking and they're turning. It's crazy, isn't it? Right, here's the travel lodge. Well, it's probably cheaper than where I'm staying. I'm gonna say, if I stayed in there and I'm travelling alone, I wouldn't be the only person in the room. But they wouldn't be sleeping on the mattress, they'd be sleeping under it, if you know what I mean. I wish I had 1 million subscribers. Oh.
What are you waiting for? Come on over. For a small fee, Zoltar will give you a well of wisdom.
Here we go. It says... Oh, it's not very nice. Not a chance, you spunk trumpet. Thanks. Onwards. Right, I'm actually going to push myself here because I am going to go all the way to the Strat, and it's not the best down there, and it's going to get dark shortly, so let's get down there, and then I might have to get an Uber back. So I'm not walking back in that area. Come on, let's go and have a look at the Strat. Almost there. Almost at the end, at the Strat. Whew. Now, the Strat is interesting because I've eaten at the top of the Strat as well, many moons ago, again. And you have to pay to even make a booking. So that's before you get in. You then pay to get a window seat and a window view. So you pay to book, right? You don't get that off your bill. You actually pay to book. So you go in, you ain't getting that back. That's not coming off your bill. Then you pay for the window seat, and then you have an allotted time. So I'm told, I've watched a few YouTube videos. Absolutely crazy. You're actually better off just paying to go to the top on the viewpoint and do that, because the stake in there is not that great. So don't waste your money. Right, almost there. Look, I'm going to be honest, right? That's the world's largest gift shop. Jewellery, I'm going to say it's not the highest quality jewellery. Souvenirs, t-shirts, bags and novelties. I'm going to say there's more tat in there than anywhere else in the world. I mean, I just don't get it. Would you go in there? I wouldn't even go in there. I know I'm not whinging. I'm actually being honest. The world's largest shop full of tat. I mean, honestly. No, come on, onwards. You want the honest truth. You're going to get it from me. I'm going to go and have a look through the window because I want to see what is in here. I mean, it's huge. I bet you're going to be able to buy them sweets that your colleagues bring back from holiday, right? And they bring them and they look terrible, don't they? They're basically foreign sweets that taste like paraffin. And everyone's like, oh yeah, thanks, put one in. I think that's it. And then they just end up getting thrown away. Let's have a look what they've got in here. Jeez. I mean, am I being funny? I mean, that's a bag charm. If I took that there, Sarah, right? If I took that back from Vegas, I'm not sure what she'd say. She'd probably be speechless. Yeah, darling, I brought you a little bag charm from Vegas. That says Sarah, handbag charm. It's just tat, isn't it? My dad would have said that, it's tat. I've just looked through the window as well. There's a woman in there with a shopping basket. A shopping basket. What are you buying in there that you need a shopping basket for? I know, let's get a shopping basket and just let's buy loads of tat. I won't swear. I mean, a shopping basket. I'm sorry. No, no, no. You want honest? And you can call me a moaner. But you know I'm right. And you agree secretly, don't you? Come on. Oh dear, I'm only kidding. I mean, I love Vegas, it's great, but do you know what, I'm here 10 days, and I will say this, right? 3 days is probably enough if you're going to come to Vegas. 10 days here is nuts. I have to say though, my favourite part is Fremont Street, totally different, love that, and we're going to go there, and I'm going to show it to you. Right, I'm going to keep walking up here for a little bit, oh my word, without getting mugged. So let's keep walking. Right, I'm going to tell you, I don't like it down this end. I'm going to go over here and show you the famous wedding chapel where you can get married. This is the famous one, I believe. So we're going to try and cross over, if I can, and have a look at it. Right, okay, so realistic review here for you from a whinging Pom for my Australian viewers. This is the world famous Chapel of the Bells, right next door here to what looks to be an old motel and a shooting range there as well. And then over here, a souvenir shop that's actually closed and boarded up. And then you've got the little Chapel of Hearts, where I think Elvis marries you on this one. That's right over the road, by the way, from another motel that it doesn't look as though it's closed. There's cars around the other side. Anyway, let's have a look. I'm not going to stay here for much longer, to be honest. Not in this part anyway. I want to get back down to the other end. I tell you what though, look at these cars, classic. I mean, that's great. I can see from the side of that, movies years ago, Bugsy Malone, machine guns out the side. That is a classic car. And look at this one over here, fantastic. Just sent a photo to Sarah. Let's get married here with Elvis. Short answer I'm going to get back on that one. I don't know, I think we're virtually at the end here. I mean, you can go further up. Not sure about that though. Right, let's sum this up, shall we? So, Jerry, I think it was, if you're watching, if you did subscribe. Then a melting pot of feces. Bit harsh, I'm going to have to say that is, to be honest. I'd say no, it isn't. I'd say it is what it is. You've got to look at it from the outside, and if you want a bit of fun for 3 days, then yeah. But there are parts of it that is a little bit of a I don't want to use that phrase. It's a little bit dodgy, let's put it that way. But you know, the other parts of it, like down the other end, near the New York, etc. You know, that's all right. It is what it is. It's, you know, it's fun. You can go out with your mates if you've got plenty of money, and have a few beers, have some stuff, have some food to eat, and have a good time. And if you're having a hen party or whatever, then great, fantastic. You got to look at it from the outside and enjoy it. And also Fremont Street as well, totally different place, which I'm going to take you to. But then there are places, I keep my voice down, like down here. I wouldn't stop down this end, not at all. Down here at night, dodgy, really dodgy. So that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I had to do it in 2 halves, but I felt really ill from the heat. So I hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Showed you the strip there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's now 7:20, and I've filmed 2 videos today, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should get another one in, but do you know what? I can't. I'm absolutely shattered, I think, anyway. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm babbling now. Hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications when I upload new videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Ooh.